So welcome to Tuesday evening yoga therapy, and we're working with the legs and feet and grounding this evening. So if you can just lie down, find your spot, and I think actually, hopefully the light is okay. I think you guys can see me okay. So just bending the knees, bring the feet wide and angle the knees in. Bring the hands to the belly. And we're just going to start with some long breathing. Inhale the belly into the hands. And exhale, draw the belly in. Draw it in towards the spine. Inhale, expand. Exhale, draw the belly in towards the spine. Now, if you can, adding the pelvic floor engagement as well. Inhale, belly into the hands. Exhale, pelvic floor engages. As you exhale, lower belly. Draw the belly button in. And feel the belly go towards the spine. Inhale, expand the belly. Exhale, pelvic floor engages. You pull up on it. Lower belly. Pull it in. Belly button draws in. Feel the whole lower back sink into the floor as the belly button draws towards the spine. Hold after exhale. 1, 2, inhale, expand. Exhale, scoop up from the pelvic floor to the belly button. Feel the lower back go into the floor. Draw everything in and up. Hold after exhale. 1, 2, 3. One more time, inhale. Feel the back move away from the floor as you inhale. You'll feel that back arch. Exhale, feel the lower back move into the floor, scooping from the pelvic floor to the belly button like you're zipping a jacket up. Feel the lower back go into the floor, pull in and up, hold, and release. Okay, so we're going to start some arm movement. Now, your legs, if you like, I brought my blocks out tonight, and you're welcome to use a pillow. You don't have to use a block, but if you have one, that's great. And just put it between your legs. And you're going to exhale. You're going to squeeze that block as you exhale. Squeeze that block and inhale. You're going to bring your arms up. Release the block, release the belly as you inhale. And exhale. Pulling up from the pelvic floor to the belly button as you squeeze the block and feel the feet. And inhale. Can you expand the chest and the belly? Can you nod the chin in? Feel the back arch. And exhale. Pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. Squeeze the block. Feel the feet. So this is for grounding. This also strengthens the inner legs, the inner knee area. Inhale. So if you have an injury in the inner knee area, this could be very helpful. It's also very relaxing. Inhale into the chest, into the belly. Nod the chin down. Exhale, pelvic floor draws in. Lower belly, belly button in, chest falls, squeeze the block. And last time, inhale, chest to belly. Exhale, belly to chest. Squeezing the block, feeling the feet. And rest. All right, we're going to add bridge pose. So this is very strengthening for the legs, for the knees. We're going to release this block for a minute. We might come back to it. So I'd like you to bring your left foot forward and your right foot, bring it so that your knee and ankle are aligned. And you're going to inhale, lift your hips up and really press into that right foot. Just feel the effect on the knee as you do that. Now, if this is too much, you can bring that right foot more forward if it feels too intense. Inhale, coming up. So working one side at a time, and I want you to focus on strengthening that right leg and the muscles around the knee. And exhale, come down. We're leaving the arms down so you can focus your attention on pressing into the feet. Inhale into the chest, into the belly as you come up. Now try to press a little bit more and lift the hips a little bit more. And you'll feel more stretch on that left hip, that leg that's forward. You're going to feel that hip stretching. And exhale, coming down. And inhale, coming up. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up, press into the feet. Feel the right knee, all the muscles around that knee. Feel the left hip lengthen. Feel that right knee as you press into the right foot. Exhale, coming down. And we're going to switch sides. So if you have an injury on one side, you could do this only on the side that feels good in the future. This time, just try both sides if it works for you. Inhale, lifting up. Now you're pressing into that left foot. Really press into the foot as much as you can and lift the hips up. And you'll feel stretch in that right hip. Exhale, rolling down. So in yoga, we call this bhavana. It's directing our attention to a different part of the body. Inhale, lifting up. Press into that left foot as much as you can. And exhale, coming down. Inhale, coming up, pressing into that left foot. Lift as high as you can, and then feel the stretch in the right hip. Try to start to exhale before you start to move. Make that exhale more linked to the lower belly. Inhale into the chest, into the belly as you come up. At the end of the inhale, press more into that left foot and lift higher. Pause and exhale, coming down. And release. Bring the feet wide, angle the knees in, just rest for a moment. So we're going to do a counter pose for the hips. Just make sure you have room. Now the arms can be low or they can be shoulder height. Just see what feels best for you. Inhale here. Oops, I'm getting a cramp there. And exhale, coming to one side. That can happen when you're doing that strength work. Those cramps can come. Inhale, center. Exhale, other side. And this should release tightness. Inhale, center. Notice if you feel one hip more than the other as you do this. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Now you can turn your head the opposite way. You can turn that palm down to get a bit more into the shoulder, or focus your attention more on the outer hip, pressing the hips forward. Inhale, center, palms up. Exhale, other way. Your right hand can be down. You can turn your head right away from the twisted knees. Notice where you feel this. Is it in your knees? Is it in your hips? Is it in your lower back? Your upper back? Suppose you can do every day, simple and very effective for the hips, for the shoulders, for the neck, the lower back. It works the whole body. If it's comfortable staying on one side, if it's comfortable going to the left first, or you can go to the other side if that's your easier side. So go to your easier side first and just stay here. As you inhale, bring the hips more towards the direction you're in. So I'm bringing my hips, scooping them under and bringing them to the left. And exhale, release. And I'm just noticing where I'm feeling this. So I'm feeling my right shoulder. I'm feeling my right hip. So just notice what that is for you. As you stay here, notice the length of your breath. Can you lengthen, especially the exhale, a little bit more? When you're ready, inhale, center. Exhale, other side. And again, I like to add a little movement in this inhale, bringing my hips towards the right. And exhale, release. And that stretches that top hip, my left hip a bit more. Getting into the quad, into the hip flexor. Especially if you've been sitting a lot for work or any other reason, you'll feel more tightness there. And when you're ready, inhale center. Exhale, release and just rest for a moment. So let's stretch those legs out. Just see how that feels. Just notice how your knees are feeling in this position. I've got my feet at the wall. If you've got that option, it's a nice option as if you're standing on the floor, feet parallel. And then I'm just going to see if I can pull my kneecaps up. So if you have a knee injury to do with hyperflexion, you probably don't want to pull up the kneecaps. And then exhale, release. So if you've got an injury where this is uncomfortable, just straighten the leg to comfort and don't overdo it. So pulling up on those kneecaps, pressing the feet down, and exhale, release. And right away, you can usually feel which knee is a little bit weaker just doing this. You can feel the muscles around the knees and you can feel which muscles aren't working as well. Okay, we're going to start moving now. So I want you to actually, if you've got a mat like this, just take it and roll it in half because we're going to be dragging the foot on the floor. So you're going to extend one leg out. And again, you could have it come to the wall. So you're going to inhale, you're going to bring your right or your left leg, let's call this your left leg out and your left arm up. Exhale, draw the leg in as you bring the arm down and bring it to your chest. Inhale, bring the leg up and the arm up all the way overhead if that works. Exhale, bend the knee into the chest and maybe hug it into the chest. Inhale, extend the leg long. Exhale, draw the leg in and bring the hand down, and then we do the other side. I know that's a lot of steps. Inhale, the right leg extending, right arm coming up. And stretch that hand away from the foot as much as you can. Exhale, draw the leg in using the core. Draw the leg in, draw the leg in. Inhale, extend the leg up and bring the arm up. Exhale, bend the knee into the chest, and if it's comfortable, you can hug the knee or not. That's an add-on. And that works the lower back as well. Inhale, extend the leg as the arm comes up. Stretch that whole side body. Exhale, draw it in using the core strength as the arm comes down, and then we do the other side. So that's your first round, left and right. Inhale, extend the leg, extend the arm. Left leg, left arm. Exhale, draw it in from the pelvic floor to the belly button. Draw it in, draw it in, draw it in. And perhaps bring it all the way into the chest. Inhale, extend the leg up, the arm up overhead. Exhale, draw the knee in. Hug it in. Inhale, extend. And exhale, starting position, hand down, foot down. Right side, inhale, extend long. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, extend up, arm coming up and overhead. Exhale, bring the knee into the chest. Inhale, extend out. Exhale, draw in, hand down. And last round, fourth time, inhale, extend the left leg, left arm. Exhale, draw in, using the core, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. At the end of the exhale, draw the knee into the chest without using the arms, so you're using the core strength. Inhale, extend up. Exhale, bend the knee into the chest so you stretch the lower back. Inhale, extend. And exhale, bend, starting position. Hand down. Last time on your right. Inhale, extend the arm and the leg. As if someone's pulling your hand and stretching your foot away. Exhale, draw towards your center using the pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in. At the end of the exhale, the knee comes to the chest. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend. And starting position. You can rest here, or you can straighten your legs, your choice, and take a rest. Just let the breath come back to neutral. Okay, you can put your mat back where it was if you'd like to have a bit more comfort there. You could also be lying on a rug. And you've got a choice here. So if you like, you can add some blocks or cushion underneath your thighs. If you have a hyperextension injury in the knees, you might actually want to put a rolled mat or blanket underneath the knees to make it more comfortable. So you can try that and just see how that feels. So that for most people is easier under the knees. If you want to make it harder, you can bring it up, or you can get rid of the blocks altogether if it feels too much with what we're about to do, okay? So try all these options and see which one suits your body. So you're going to inhale, bring your arms overhead as you point your toes away. Now, if this is too much, you can also do one side at a time. Exhale, flex the toes towards the nose and bring the arms down. Okay, so I'm showing the hardest version right now with the blocks under the thighs, and I'm keeping the heels off the ground the whole time. So this is my #1 favorite exercise for strengthening my knees, but if I have an injury, this might be too much. I put the blocks under my knees, or I get rid of the blocks and just point and flex. And if you've got a hyperextension injury, you might not want to pull up on the kneecap. Otherwise, can you pull up on the kneecap and engage those thighs? So pick your medicine. And if you get tired, just take a rest. It's a lot of work on those knees. And when you're ready, take a rest. You've probably done at least 6, maybe more. Just rest. And you might feel a lot of energy, heat around the knee joint. So let the breath come back to neutral. All right, so the next one, removing those blocks, if you have them. You're going to bring your legs side to side. Again, just make sure you have enough room to do this. The arms can be nice and low. The palms can be down or up, your choice. More stability with the palms down. And sometimes the shoulders prefer palms up. So just play with that. The height is the same. That's your choice. Okay, so just starting with those legs, knees facing up to the sky. Inhale, open up your left leg to the sky. Now, the trick here is not to let the foot turn out. So most students, when they do this, they let the foot turn out. They go like that. So try to keep the knee facing up. Inhale, open, and exhale, close. And then we're going to do the other side. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And when you close, you can even angle the toe in a little bit and you'll get more into the outside of the hip if you want to work on strengthening the hips. Inhale, open. Some knee problems can be related, of course, to arthritis, wear and tear. It can be weak core. It can be an injury like twisting the joint. And it can also be weak hips. Inhale, opening. So the knees are very dependent on everything around them. Those are all the joints. Exhale, center. Angling that foot in. This is very simple, but very effective. So I do this in the standing class on Sundays, but I actually find on the floor, it's actually harder because you can't cheat. Inhale, side. And just notice if one side feels weaker than the other. It might be a hip, it might be inner thigh. This is working inner and outer thigh as you go to the side, inner thighs come in. And if you do this very mindfully, you might be able to even get into the core. Start to exhale before you start to move. Draw that belly in as much as you can. You've got gravity helping. And last time. And just rest for a minute. All right. So we're going to stretch the side body down. I know one of you had requested for your lower back. All right, so we're going to start by walking the feet towards your left. little steps, and then bringing the shoulders, if it's comfortable, also a little bit to the left. So that might be your pose right there. The modification I like is taking that left foot, that outer foot on top of the inner one to keep the hip down, to root it down. And then you can go a little bit further. This is a stay pose. Now the arms, you can also bring the arms up to a place of comfort, maybe holding opposite elbows. And then you get into the upper back as well and the shoulder. This is too intense, just release the arms to a place of comfort. And just staying here. Inhale into the chest, into the belly. Exhale, draw the belly in, the chest falls. Now counting the breath, inhale, 4 to 6 seconds. Exhale the same, and then can you make that exhale 1 second longer each time you exhale? So for example, inhale 6, exhale 7, inhale 6, exhale 8. When you get to a place you feel is your max, just stay there. Pausing between inhale and exhale. When you're ready, release the arms. Release the torso, release the feet. And inhaling back to the center. Getting ready for the other side. Just make sure you've got room to move to the other side, walking your feet in steps towards the right. Bringing the torso maybe a little bit or a lot to the right. See how that feels. That might be your pose. If possible, bring that outside foot on top of the inner. So that right foot over the left. Keep that outer hip down. Maybe bring the chest a little bit more over to the right. Maybe interlocking, holding opposite elbows. And notice where you feel this. Do you feel it in the upper back? Do you feel it in the hip? Maybe the IT band, the lower back. Where do you feel it in your body? Deep side stretch. Keeping the breath long and smooth. Inhale, 4 to 6 seconds. Exhale. Whatever your exhale is, can you make it 1 second longer each time? When you get to your max, just stay there. Inhale 6, exhale 7, inhale 6, exhale 8, etc. After around 6 breaths, you're going to release the arms, release the feet, and start bringing yourself back to the center as you inhale. And come to the center and notice how you feel. Maybe one side feels different than the other. And bringing your feet as wide as the mat. Bending your knees, arms at the side, whatever height works for you. Inhale here, exhale, bring your left knee down towards your right big toe. Stretching that thigh and perhaps getting into areas of the knee. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. If this is too much, you can just do regular windshield wiper. If this is too much, leaving that one knee up. You can feel it if it doesn't feel intense enough. You can try bringing the heels closer to the buttocks and see if you can get a bit more intensity. Targeting the thighs. And tightness in the thighs can throw knees out, so it's really important to work on strengthening them, but you also want to stretch them. And if you have a bunion, which I do, I'm remembering that this can be a bit painful if you don't have a nice carpet, so you can add another layer. Now, you can keep that going side to side. Some of you might want to stay on one side. And you can just stay there and breathe like that. Or you could try bringing that heel a little bit closer to the buttocks, but be careful. That can be intense. And breathe. You can have the opposite arm up if you want. This is a little bit like a Supta Ekapada Virasana, if you want to know the name of the pose. If it's too much staying, again, keep it moving. Inhale, center, exhale, other side. And you can bring that heel closer to you. You can also tuck the toe under and do it that way, which I've shown before, but be careful, that's pretty intense. You can bring either arm up, feels comfortable for you. You can also open that opposite leg. And when you're ready, release, if you haven't already. Bring your knees to your chest as you exhale. Inhale, legs to the sky, arms overhead. Exhale, knees to chest, pelvic floor, lower belly, belly button in, chest falls. If you want to work more with the core, you can do it without hugging the knees on that exhale. And just use the breath to draw your legs in. If you want to add a bit more intensity still, you can touch those toes down as you exhale. Touch them down, and at the end of the exhale, draw the legs in. And just stay with your legs up, your arms up. Your legs could be at a wall if you prefer, or on a chair. This doesn't feel relaxing, do put your legs on the wall or on a chair. Inhale, let, exhale, go. When you're ready, Shavasana, relaxation. Resting here. And classically, the feet are just turned out. I've got my feet at the wall to keep my pelvis aligned. And also, feet at the wall can give a sense of grounding, just that sensation. Just observing the rise and fall of the breath. Inhale, let, exhale, go. You're ready, start to increase the length of the breath. Inhale into the chest, into the belly. Exhale, pelvic floor draws in, lower belly, belly button in, chest falls. Hold 1, 2. You can do this with bent legs if you prefer. Inhale into the upper chest, the middle chest, the lower chest, the full belly. Exhale, drawing the pelvic floor, the lower belly, the belly button in, the chest falls. Hold 1, 2. Keep this going your own timing. Don't stress the breath. Inhale from the chest to the belly. Exhale, belly to chest. Inhale, unzip the jacket. Exhale, zip it up. Hold after exhale. On that hold, the lower back should go to the floor. Ujjayi pranayama, constricting the throat. Sounds like the ocean. Creating a valve with the throat so that you're slowing the breath down and making it longer and smoother. Counting the breath in the head. You can hold the breath after exhale. Just a couple of seconds or half the length of the exhale or even the same length as the exhale. Do not hold the breath after inhale. That's too upregulating. We want to downregulate, relax. And rest the breath. Inhale, let, exhale, go. Starting to move the hands and feet, maybe one knee at a time. Roll onto your right side. You can just stay here to close or come to seated position if that's comfortable. Or you could just stay lying. Be comfortable. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Namaste. Namaskaram. Thank you very much.